You guys talk.
Okay.
I mean, it doesn't count if we know it's happening. Paul just has to fucking record.
Well, now he knows.
Just give a sneaky smile, and then we'll be like,
yeah. Well, okay, so to explain to our listeners, I was telling Paul
we're recording.
Yes.
we wanted him to start recording so you could hear what goes on before, because that's pretty entertaining too.
I'm really excited for us to accidentally name drop and fuck up our whole community.
Who are we name dropping?
I don't know. We might talk about our business and then put it out there.
Oh yeah. Well, then we'd have to be like Paul.
Who we wanna fuck.
Yeah, I mean, didn't we cut a whole episode, half an episode, because I was like divulging way too much information?
I don't remember this, but it's been over a year. I don't know what's happening.
I love that.
Anyway,
wait, you intro us.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hey, everybody. This is Facial Recognition Podcast, and
they always drop the comedy.
Fuck. Okay.
We get it.
No,
she's epileptic. Leave her alone.
I'm having a stress seizure, and I'm under pressure.
Yeah.
This is Facial Recognition Comedy Podcast, and I'm the guest, Harper Rose Drummond.
I am the guest. I love it.
That's what I am.
It's
I, the guest. I have arrived.
And it is I, the host, Fizza.
I'm equally also a host, Pallavi Ganalin. And the three of us, we are comedians.
Yeah.
And we shall converse now. Okay.
Yeah. Zara's also a host, and she's out, bringing home the bacon. The turkey bacon.
Haram, I think.
Turkey bacon, goddammit. It was so adorable. Yesterday at the brunch, Pallavi and I were at a brunch. So I saw her. It's crazy. So Harper and I did a show Saturday night. Pallavi and I were hanging out Sunday during the day for a brunch, and then you guys got wasted Sunday night.
Yeah.
And then
we were hanging out. Okay, God.
Yeah, and then now we're all here together.
And we got turned.
We were turned up.
We were turned over. We were turned like a 7-Eleven hot dog.
Oh, all the way
Or
up.
a taquito.
Or a taquito.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So you guys were at a show.
Yeah.
That was an eventful, really fun fucking show.
It was so fun and so bizarre. I haven't
Yeah.
been awakened like that spiritually in so long. And,
what was bizarre about it?
Okay, there was this character. There's this guy with a dog, and he wasn't really watching the show, yet he was listening to every word. So he was like heckling perfectly, and
he was very high. He was walking
violently
around
high.
and passing around a blunt. And he wasn't a bad audience member. He was just an odd man. Because this was a backyard show, right? So he could walk around.
He was like patrolling it, though. I wouldn't even say he was just like walking around. His dog at one point like found an animal in a bush, and his dog just starts going like bananas. So the guy's just like watching the dog like, did you look at that? And we're like, yeah, we're trying to look at the show, but sure, we'll look at this too if you want, buddy. Like, okay.
Yeah,
He was wild. Yeah.
What do you think is a bad audience member?
Someone who's disruptive.
But like positive hecklers?
Yeah, I mean, I think you have to sort of, there is sort of an okay level of heckling where you just don't step on the comedian's jokes.
Yeah.
And I think it's, minimum heckling.
Most people have bad timing.
Yeah, that is very true.
I
feel like
fucking timing.
if someone's excited about the show, and if they're like, I agree, or what, it's like, shh, mommy's talking,
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna get angry because it's like I see that they're happy and they're having fun. But if they're just like, fuck that, then I'm like,
I act like a awful heckler at open mics because I'm just like, none of this matters.
You're wild at open
I'm
mics.
insane at open mics, and I have the biggest reactions. Like sometimes somebody will say something really stupid, and I'll be like, "What?" Like I do that.
Damn.
It's really bad.
Harsh.
I know.
Audrey and I got banned. Wow.
Say
I don't know. Okay, wow.
Say it.
Falls out of my mouth. Okay,
Audrey motherfucking Stewart.
Audrey Stew Dog and I got
this is my impression of Audrey.
Oh, hey you guys! Hey, how's it going? Anybody have a lacrosse stick?
I don't know if she.
I mean, I thought I was an
Jesus.
energetic performer, but goddamn.
She is so fun.
God
Yeah.
damn.
My
so much
favorite is
energy.
she has her hair up, she's screaming, and then she has a tiny little purse. That's my favorite.
Yes,
it's
but it's all about
the purse
balance.
that's
I have
so
to say-
dainty for her.
Yeah.
I think she's so fucking adorable.
She's great.
We were just talking about her today about how she just has this innocence about her, but yet she parties so fucking hard, and she gets after it.
She's like
women
she's
crush.
a frat bro.
I love doing women crushes on this show. 'cause
Yes.
women are fucking the best.
Yeah, they really
Women
are.
are the best. Okay, wait. You were talking about Audrey and you.
We
being
got
banned.
lightly low key banned from Fourth Wall for being too active at the open mic because we were just laughing and clapping. And some may say it was a nuisance. I say I was just gassing these motherfuckers up, all the way
Yeah.
up, foot on the gas, just all the way. And the guy hosting did not like that. And he was like, you need to take a little break. And I was like, oh,
Wow.
well,
I'm
I'm a
surprised.
Bert's bitch. Okay.
Now I mean, I'm surprised that you get banned for something like that. I'm wondering how lit you guys were in that. You know what I'm saying? Like
Well,
to get
last
banned.
night we walked into a room with a bunch of very proper people, and Harper goes like, walking into the room. I'm sorry, I don't know how the sound levels are gonna work, but
That's
you should have known
was
with
assault.
with us. Yeah.
Just, I want to say that Pallavi's views and noises do not represent that of, I don't know.
I was like waiting for that. I was like,
I know. I'm like,
I was kombucha girl, just waiting for that sentence to finish. I was like,
I know
what
you
about
were
to
waiting.
say?
I was like, why are you waiting so hard?
I'm waiting so hard, bitch.
It threw me off. It threw me off. I was like,
I
I
am a
wanna finish
member of this collective.
Oh my god. Good times, man.
Okay, this is like we talk about like age and energy and stuff, and I'm like, me and Harper are insane, but she's also younger than me. So
but
it
not by
does-
that much. You're always like, I'm so much older than you. And I'm like, you're not.
But I think it doesn't feel that way because I'm loud as fuck with you.
Yeah, that is true.
Like
That is
if I behave like a normal my aged person, I would be in bed.
In bed.
Age ain't none but a number, says R. Kelly.
Yes.
Yeah, while he was fucking
Wow.
the
Yeah,
land.
but
Ooh.
if you take
Way
it
to
out of
bum us
context,
out.
the sentiment can be useful, I guess.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
Speaking of, Dennis Quaid is like 60-something, engaged to a 26-year-old.
I mean, they're
Really?
both grown. I wouldn't, I don't.
Is that his
I
third?
1,000% judge him for that.
I just shot some with him actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Congrats.
But like, I didn't even.
Did you ask about it?
No.
Okay.
No.
Whatever. Okay. Trying to get the deeds.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I didn't even know. I'm not in his business like this. Like so. Is that like big news?
Everybody is tweeting about it today because it's gross. What are you doing? Nobody. Your
I
age
wonder what they
wants
talk
you?
about.
I mean, obviously she does.
No, I know, but she's 26. That's what I'm saying.
That's
Every
not my
time-
style. Like, I'm not into like much older dudes, but like,
I just.
Wait. Okay. We were like pretend
Oh,
hitting. on-
wait. So
What?
last night was a going away party for our friend Bryce. Shout out Bryce.
Shout out to Bryce.
And because
Oh,
he's
yeah.
moving, and okay, we kept. So
this
a
is
lot
why
of
I was
people.
screaming.
A lot of people like joke about fucking their friends' parents or their siblings.
Like a lot of people joke
Yeah,
like that. A
like,
lot of
I've
people, not
joked-
just us.
Yeah, not
a
just,
lot of
a lot
people
of people do it, but most people don't do it to the dad that was there last night.
in front of his face and say, "Hey, you know you're hotter than your current wife, right?" And
comedians,
we-
man. Was it a party full of comedians?
No.
no, it really wasn't, Fizz. I
There
I
was,
can't
like,
stress
4
that enough.
wow.
comedians, and we were
Oh.
all the way turned.
And I went up to
Oh.
like a group of like Bryce's friends,
Okay.
all turned. I went up to a group of Bryce's
She
friends that like
screamed,
were very
like-
prudent, and I was like, I can't believe we're
Prudent.
all gonna fuck Bryce's dad tonight. And they go, "Oh, we're not partaking in this. Like, we're not partaking in that."
Yeah.
And I was like, "That's because you guys aren't hot." And then walked away.
What
and
does
then
Bryce's dad look like? Because now I want to see.
I mean, he's juicy.
just a
He's
dad.
good. Yeah, he's
All
a
right.
juicy
But we
dad.
I'm
kept,
not
we,
mad
kept,
at
we
juice.
kept posting Instagram stories
Yeah.
with him, being like, "We're your new stepmommies" and stuff.
And then
oh, I love it.
Bryce's dad, or sorry,
I
my
love
mom
daddies.
asked me she asked me this morning. She was like, "Harper, you didn't actually make out with Bryce's
Oh, he's
dad,
got
did you?"
a handsome beard.
Yes, he has all
He's
his hair.
a sweet man. But we
Oh.
were taking that
Oh.
joke to the next level. We're showing her an Instagram story of,
Oh.
of the
That's
shenanigans.
yeah.
from
Yes.
There is. He is. So she's got her booty all over his.
So she got it all up in his business, and he
Yeah.
didn't
And
mind.
And he held it.
And also, this guy that Bianca's with was watching the video happen, and it was really
Yeah.
fun.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
tight. I'm into it.
Yeah. No, you got to come out next time the dad's there.
I
You're
mean,
gonna love it.
Yeah, why not?
Last night was insane because we did that. We were running around. There was bathroom crying for sure.
Oh my God.
We were crying in the bathroom, and then this girl comes up and she's like, I need to use the hand dryer. And then we like moved
And
over
P and
a
I, we
little
didn't
bit,
move
but
all the
not
way out of
enough.
the way. Like we just we were crying in front of the hand dryer, and then
put
she
her
like,
hands-
and then we just move away just enough just for her to squeeze in the middle of us while we're crying and looking at each other.
It didn't burn you guys.
No,
No.
we
He's
got,
liked
like,
it. We
yeah.
needed to dry those tears on up. So
Style your hair
It
a
was
little bit.
Yeah, a
messy,
little bit.
messy
Little heat.
night.
Yeah.
And this morning I FaceTimed her super hungover.
I was that's lit. Like I think this whole weekend was just lit.
It
Yeah.
really was. There was so much bonding with you ladies too. I'm really happy
I
that we can
know.
cherry on top of the weekend.
I was telling her about having being bi-coastal, meaning like having like East Coast West Coast daddy situation.
yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Daddies maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
You
So
know.
I think last time we didn't confirm that you do have both.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
I don't like, I don't, it's have is a strong word because everyone is,
Every time I
here
say some shit.
voluntarily. No,
No,
it's,
Fizza does not want to get herself in a
Fizza-
hole. She's like,
Fizza's
you're
like-
not going to put me in that.
It says like I don't like labels
I
or
don't.
words or adjectives.
Words are so
or
approximate.
adverbs
What
or
was the term you were saying? You were saying something to me over and you were like,
they're symbolic. they're so
diversify the
symbolic.
resume.
Oh,
Broaden
yeah,
the
yeah.
resume.
Diversify your portfolio.
There it is.
That's why
There
I've
it
been
is.
telling every single woman I meet in
Yeah.
LA is diversify your portfolio. If someone is like, if you really want to put all your eggs in one basket, you'll know.
For
Yeah.
sure.
You'll just fucking know. But until then, diversify. I mean, if you want to, like this is
I
not. But
always
I've been
know I want
recommending it
to.
to. Well, I know that's why it was fun.
It was bad.
Yeah, God, Jameson shots. Wow, bougie bitches.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's some top shelf shit. I was like, wow, where are the men to buy these drinks? I need to do my bitch shit, man.
I call
Those
it
are
bitch shit.
shit.
I call it bitch shit when you get a man to pay for your
Wow.
stuff.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's good.
Diversify your portfolio. Get your bitch shit going. Yeah. These
Yeah.
are rules to live by as a modern woman.
I mean, I don't
It's
like
hard out
rules.
here. Oh my God.
Just guidelines, suggestions.
I said rules, Fizza. They're my rules.
These are unsolicited input.
Words in the ether. Thought bubbles.
Where else
my
do they
God.
go?
Yeah.
Dang.
Wait, I was gonna say. Oh fuck. I don't
Oh
know.
fuck.
You guys want to talk some comedy shit?
Okay.
Yeah, that's fun.
What's the thing you hate the most about doing comedy? Who do you hate the most in comedy?
Okay, so here's his Instagram handle. It's no, I'm not. Okay.
I know who she's talking about.
Oh shit! Wait,
But is
I
that
don't.
really in comedy.
I
It's
do
the-
not.
Oh, well, actually, that is real. But I was well, okay.
kidding.
Okay, and I'm
kidding.
sweating. Here we go. So
This is the problem when you do podcasts with your best friend.
it's like, what
just
can
air
I
their
reveal?
shit.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
it's
girl,
hard.
don't air my shit.
No,
I
I
won't, I
know.
won't.
Like the filter's like
third of
on
an
and it's
episode.
hard. It's like I can feel the crazy just like bubbling up. I'm like, no, stay down. It's hard. Okay. So last night I was on a show and I was brought up. Joey, no offense, but so I was brought up and
She looked at the mic when she said that like he was inside
I
of
like
it.
had to like I just needed to like
Joey,
say Joey, if
do
you're
you
in
hear
there,
me, Joey? Let this message
I'm
get
sorry for what I'm about to say, but not sorry enough to not say it. Okay.
okay.
This is
So-
like everything.
No, that's my brand for everything. No, but so he said I was like gonna go up first, and I was like, oh, okay. And then like the last time I did the show, there was like a sketch before, and like and it was like
Yeah.
what like drawn out, and I spilled wine all over myself. I wasn't even drunk yet. It was just
Yeah.
like tried to
Klutzy.
just
I do
a
that.
good
Still
old
a
fashioned
little for
whoops.
luck, right?
Yeah, just a little, just like I wanted to have it with me on stage. But so I accidentally spilled something, so I'm like trying to clean up, and then all of a sudden everyone's like, "Oh, Harper, he's been calling your name for a minute. Like you got to get out there." And then apparently he just went out there and was like, "All right, Harper Rose, come on up." And I was like, "Oh fuck!" And then
Damn.
walked out cold, and it was the energy was cold. I was cold. It was everything. It was heavy. So like that, like I feel like getting on stage to like awkward moments like that is like
Yeah.
kind of hard to like shake off. But
But if you ever I think that's the best feeling if you get on stage and it's like super awkward or like the person before you was just like sad or something and then you're able to turn it. I think that's like way better than just like killing the whole time.
yeah,
Like if you can turn
It's
the
more
energy,
interesting.
it's so much more fun.
Yeah, like a little roller coaster.
yeah.
I mean, frankly, I absolutely love everything about stand-up. I have no. No, I don't know. I feel really good right now. But like, I don't know. Let me think. What's your thing?
What do I hate?
I guess. What do you hate?
There are certain
can tell you-
people that I just feel like make it unsafe. I hate that shit, and I will destroy them. No.
All right,
Okay.
Batman.
And we're getting dark.
And we're getting dark. Yeah, I don't know. There's just certain people that I'm like, this is you're making this shitty. This is a shitty experience for us. But I think at certain levels you get to like avoid them and like plan your shit. But
Yeah. I can tell you what I love right now.
yeah,
Because love and hate, it's a thin line. So,
Let's get into it.
Oh.
I don't like lines.
I mean, that's cool.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I'm not mad at it, Do you, dog? I love like how you never know how exactly how a set will go. I love the unpredictability.
Ooh, yeah, I like that too.
Yeah, I think there's and that's why I think like civilians think we're crazy. Because there is this study that says before we go on stage, just the the fight or flight hormones and everything that's released, we go that shit is like people like go to war and feel that shit. We feel that every night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's that doing to us?
I mean, probably nothing too good, but
Yeah, I know. I was like,
Yeah,
I chase pain. No, I I love it though.
I feel like
I
our
that
adrenals are
adrenaline
shot.
rush.
yeah.
It's so addicting.
yeah.
Do you feel like do you seek that more or less in like relationships and like other things, like normal things outside of comedy because you experienced it so much in comedy?
What do you mean?
Like do you when you're seeking relationships, do you look for like that adrenaline rush excitement thing? Like and do you think you do more because you are doing comedy, do you like seek it, or are you like avoidant because you don't need it because you have comedy?
I mean, I'm kind of like wired like a junkie, so I sort of I always sort of seek that, but like I think when I'm more conscious, I just try to I try not to experience too many like high highs and low lows, just try to stay like neutral. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's always something alluring about that to me, like
Yeah, I
hyper
wonder-
excitement,
I wonder if that's just like in us and that's why we do comedy, and so then it's like a part of everything else too.
But that becomes our norm too. So it's just like the type of. I actually love when I feel like nervous before a show. I want that.
I feel like I do the best when I feel really nervous before a show. Like when I just like have like butterflies in my stomach. If I just don't really feel anything, then it's like hard for me to like get my energy to where it needs to be.
Yeah.
I've done really well feeling completely dead inside. Like, but it's also like there's no
Yeah.
pattern to it. Like I've been dead inside, I've been happy, I've been nervous, I've been sad, and then I'll do well at different times. There's like no pattern for me.
You
Sometimes I
haven't
do well,
noticed?
sometimes I don't. I haven't. No, I can't figure it out.
Interesting.
I do know that when I'm like tired or like really sick, it's like harder for me to do better just because I'm like physically unwell.
Yeah.
So that's a tougher one, but.
But I love the nerves. Like I want it so I feel kind of like I have to poop, but not like it's uncontrollable.
Yeah.
To me, then I feel like my body's ready.
That's
and like
fun.
when I'm not feeling
When you're
excited, I'm not
just-
excited then.
When
And-
you're like just prairie dogging.
yeah,
That's like when you're ready.
little
You're like,
turtle head,
Yeah.
little pop.
Doesn't want to miss the performance, Yeah.
If I like it, so I mean, I actually feel concerned if I don't feel a little bit of nerves.
Yeah.
But that's
Or
just
like,
because I know
yeah.
myself and I know like
Same.
what my state is like when I feel most prepared.
Yeah. Sometimes I'm like, oh, this is gonna be fun, and then it's not. I've noticed that is if I think it's gonna be like easy or whatever, like then
That's
yes.
that's a huge thing, and I'll tell you this much: like if I go on stage like, oh, I'm gonna kill, I'll bomb, and that's because
Yes.
I'm attached to an outcome. I'm attached to a specific outcome, so I'm not present.
Yeah.
And also, I'm not respecting the audience and the connection we need to make.
Yeah.
And also, it's like, people, I don't know, I need to come out there humble. I need to come out there, I do my best when I'm like, I could bomb. That's when I do my
Yes.
best.
I feel and especially I feel like also it's like maybe also if you're like, oh, I'm gonna kill, you're putting this unnecessary pressure because you're trying to control your own reality, which you can't do because you're subjected to something that you can't control, which is like the audience's reaction. Like jokes that you have like maybe like in your back pocket that are your safe ones that like you can go to. But like I did this show in Santa Monica not too long ago, and like I was so fucking pumped to be on the show, and
Was
like
it facial recognition comedy?
it was. Thanks for having me.
We gotta have you like on our like have a guest spot for a non
The
a non
to-
brown.
yeah, but
She's just in whiteface, guys. It's fine.
oh my god! But like I was,
You
I
look
was
so good in whiteface.
Yeah. Do you have
g-
Justin Trudeau's makeup artist?
yeah, it was a heavy ask, but I got it.
An influential
like,
woman.
It was just I don't know. I was I was putting so much pressure on myself to do well. And like a guy I liked was like in the audience, and I was like, I gotta fucking kill, like and then I was just like, I was so in my head, and like I just did just okay. But I'm like, bitch, if you would have just gotten out of your damn head and just like like I feel like you have like be more yourself, and also just like it's like a riding a wave.
Yeah.
As like cheesy as that sounds, you you have to like really feel out the energy.
Yeah.
I will say too, like there are certain jokes you do for certain demographics, but if I feel like I'm not pushing it or taking a risk in the jokes that I'm doing, I don't do as well because I'm not as committed or as like, you know what I mean? Like
Totally.
there was a baby shower I did, and I did jokes that I was not sure would work, and I did well there. And I've done jokes where I've done shows where I've like held back, and I feel like they feel my hesitation.
Because you don't want to hold back. You
'Cause
want
I
to do
don't-
what you
and
want
you're
to
in
do.
your head again. It's
when
like
you
you're
double
not,
down,
Yeah,
it, like,
you
they
have to be so present, and I think to
Yeah.
have like a great set. If you're like thinking about shit,
Yeah, like I mean, sometimes if something's at the forefront, I'll just have to bring it up just so I can get out of it. So I'll have to
Yeah.
bring it up and just be like honest with the audience, and that helps. I don't know. It's just crazy. Like, can you? It's every. Remember when do you remember your first stand-up set? Like, can you just imagine like you'd have all this sort of body of information and knowledge like at that like people don't get how much like every set you learn something.
but it's
Yeah.
not always like something you can articulate. It's like a feeling sometimes.
Yeah.
It's like subconscious sometimes.
Yeah. Do you have like any pre-show rituals? We did a show. The show we did asked us like some questions, and one of the questions was that like if we have any.
I apparently, Crystal Marie pointed this out at our show. I apparently like chug water like right before I go on stage.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I didn't realize that. I knew that I was doing it and that I had to have it, but I didn't realize it's a thing I do. I have to do before every show, or I feel like not good because I'm always worried about like my throat because I like yell a lot, and especially I've been sick recently.
Yeah.
So it's a thing of like. I'm like for some reason I'm like if I drink a lot it'll stay lubricated for longer, which does not make sense. But like I just
Yeah.
like
It's a
chug.
comfort
I'll
thing.
take like a bottle or two like right before I go on.
A whole like 2 bottles? Wow.
Yeah.
That's probably so good for you.
That's why I need to do more sets just to stay hydrated.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's why you're like I need motivation to drink
like,
water.
I'm glowing. And booked and blessed. That's funny. I work out like before, like if I have a show that night or whatever, like I'll just like go on like a really long run.
Oh wow,
Or,
I
like,
didn't know
just-
that.
Yeah, I love to run, so I'll do like 5 or like not all the time 8 miles, but like I like try and like get up to that range.
Holy shit. Damn, girl.
Wow.
I don't
But
know
bitch
if
has
I've-
been sad recently, so I've just been sleeping. So
I don't
but
know if I ran a mile in my life.
give it a try.
It's fun,
Eh.
but like not all the time.
No.
Not for me.
No, no.
I'm good.
I do need to work out though.
So I've noticed that like I like to because I use a lot of energy in my set, so I like to sort of like keep to myself before my set.
You do like that.
Yeah.
I like I feel like if I have like I don't even want to have great rapport with anyone before my set. I'm like let's do that after. Let's fucking like get lit after, but like I don't know, I just sort of need to maybe it's conserving energy
Yeah.
because I like to be hyper present.
I like
'Cause
to
I
be
like-
alone too. Yeah. I really yeah.
I notice my leg shakes too, and I think that's a way to sort of like generate the nerves because I
Yeah.
really like nerves when I go up.
I do the leg shaking thing, but I don't know why. I think
It's comforting too. It's very
It is
soothing to
comforting,
me.
yeah.
It can make everyone else very uncomfortable
Yeah.
around me, but that's why I try to keep to myself.
Yeah.
One time I was at this lecture at school, and this was like back in Pittsburgh, and I was like, we're seated all right next to each other, and I was like listening to the lecture, and I was like seated up, and I like had my leg going, and this like girl who's like, now she's like okay, but I think back then she was just like weird, and she was seated next to me, and my leg was going, and she just like pushes her leg into my leg, and I was like, oh, that's weird, and I just like keep going, and then she like turns to me, looks me in the eye, and holds my leg down, and I was just like, bitch, what? Like she's.
Oh, that's
It bothers people.
It bothers people, but it's
But
also
also,
like
words
you're
are
not
dope, too.
pushing a dog's face into his pee. Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, use
she
your
did that
words.
though.
that's what
no,
she.
That's, fucked
That's
up.
exactly what she did. You know what I mean?
That's
It was so weird. I was like, I'm a human. Like, stop.
also just pass a note or some shit. Like,
Yeah.
It's a communication issue.
And then I went harder. I was
Oh,
like,
God.
fuck this.
I wish you would
me,
have had a
I'm
full body
motivated.
seizure. I was like, just had, like went just
Yeah.
like fucking seized.
Yeah. No, yeah. Like if you asked or she asked, he probably
Would've
would have stopped.
Yeah, but it's like
Yeah.
the way you talk to people matters a lot.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we're all doing the best we can.
Yeah. What
wild.
else? Harper.
What else?
I want to talk to you. Harper and I talk to each other about relationship shit all the time.
Yeah.
Um,
I got caught up a little bit on Harper's stuff. A little bit. I got a little caught up.
there's a lot of stuff to keep track
And I
of.
ca-
You know what? A bitch has been sloppy. I've been
I'm
really
not-
sloppy, but you know what? This has been the happiest year of my life, even though it's been like the messiest.
Why are
I'm
you
like,
saying
it's
sloppy though?
huh?
Why are you saying it's sloppy?
You
Oh,
know,
I just
do you know messy bitches? Do you know the stereotype of messy bitches?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I don't
That was
like-
Harper this year.
yeah. I really like. I don't know. I feel like before I was very I how do I say it? Like not like conservative with like. You know, I don't know. With like, I feel like with like saying yes to things. Like I was like kind of like I was very timid and shy, and like I wouldn't like give my all to stand up because I was still like a little bit shy. But like the second I went through that breakup in like December, January, whatever, I just went like full
Bitch went
throttle.
wild.
I went fucking crazy.
Pain is galvanizing.
Mm-hmm.
It really is. It will
I just felt so
fucking
free.
charge you up.
And like 26 so far has been like my favorite age I've ever been. Like I don't know, I just like I feel like I'm finally like getting confident, and I don't know, you know.
I
So
love
bitches
it.
out here, Fizz, okay?
I love it. Yeah, I mean, like that's the thing is like I don't even think it's sloppy or messy. It's like you're just fucking doing you. you know?
Yeah,
Yeah. She's owning it. She's owning the messy.
yeah. I mean, yeah, it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a branding thing.
it's a heavy rebrand for me. It's like sloppy city, population me, and like 14 other people, but I'm into it. So
Oh,
you're there
shit.
too. So okay.
Fine. I'm messy in different ways.
I know.
Yo, this morning, what did Devine say? My roommate,
Oh,
we were FaceTiming each other.
we were talking about
And we
making out with
talked-
the dad again.
We were talking about making out with the dad, and we were like, yeah, we totally made out with the dad. And my roommate was like, he's met Harper a few times. So he's like, Harper, I believe you would do that, but Pallavi wouldn't. And we were like, whoa, he roasted both of us.
Yeah, the shots were
Damn.
fired.
Devine, he's a roaster, man.
He is.
Yeah,
but
he's
he's
savage.
like sly. It's like very quiet.
Yeah.
Savage, for real.
It keeps me humble.
Yeah, and me now, I guess. So
yeah,
it's like,
anybody
wow.
in my circumference.
Oh my god. Yeah, I caught Harper up a little on my stuff. But you went on a date, didn't you?
Oh fuck yeah, I went on a
Yes.
date. Okay.
And how'd you feel? This is big. This is the first date since when?
It was
Like
like,
March,
tweet-worthy,
February.
so yeah, it was big.
But okay. So, but it's weird, dude. He's like super hot and everything, but like
Okay.
in person,
Ew,
like
I
we
love it.
just trauma bonded the whole fucking.
Yeah.
He told me all these like issues he has now, and like it was kind of like shit you should not say on a first date, like both of us.
So
What do you
you
mean,
guys were just
kind of? The things you were telling me today made my hangover so much worse. I was like, you're hurting me. Stop.
Oh
But
God.
it's like, but for some reason, we both were like, fuck it, we're doing this. And we both like just went hard on like asking each other like
Yeah.
the worst questions that you're not supposed to ask. But it was like fun. And like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if like we're the best match.
No, you don't. Okay, well,
But like, I'm trying to be nice in case he looks this up.
How about the chemistry?
drop his Instagram.
Yeah, he doesn't. The thing is, he's not on social media. He's like gonna make a Twitter. I told him I already tweeted about him, and he was like, because I told him I'd used my ex's real name in a joke, and then I was like, yeah, I already got a few tweets off on you, and he was like, you did? And I was like, yeah, I used your name too, and he was like, my full name, and I was like, no, but he's gonna like find it because it's like very easily searchable.
What a harrowing date. Okay, wow.
What? It was just we brought up literally like all of our traumas.
Yeah.
Everything.
But was it like hot?
Yeah.
It was like I wasn't at neither. That's the thing is like neither of us were like disturbed at any. We just like kept going.
No, but was there chemistry?
Yeah, like were you
Oh.
feeling it? You're like, tell me more about that
Yeah.
bad
I
childhood.
think it's like hard for me to.
Or
to
was it just a
feel
great
that
friend date?
initially?
Were you
I don't know.
Was it a support group?
he
Yeah,
bought
he
her
did.
drinks.
He bought my
her
drinks, and he picked a place that was close to the going away party, and he dropped me off at it.
Yeah.
So he's communicative about like we're very sporadic texting, and usually I'm the one that's left on red at the end, but I also don't like pursue it or whatever.
Yeah.
But he was good about like setting the date and like letting me know when he had to change it and like trying to make it up to me and like picking a place he was like responsible. He was a responsible dater, which not a lot of men are now.
You don't say.
There's not much planning.
Age range? Just curious.
A year younger than me or a little bit less.
Okay, so in his 20s.
Yeah, he's 29.
All right. All right, well, that's a great sign.
Successful.
Yes.
Successful?
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Well, are you serious? Would you go on a second date?
Yeah.
That's good.
I'm sorry, but when you know, you know.
That's good.
Harper's an extension of myself.
At this point, it's a teamwork effort just
Yeah.
to make sure we don't bottom out. So,
Ooh.
but it's like that phrase, "the blind leading the blind." So
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
You're just
I'm just like,
walking into walls. They're all just like
just walking at a dick. Like
Yeah.
it's just.
dick
I don't know.
walls, big dick walls.
I'm gonna try and go on
Gurky
another
walls.
date with somebody else soon.
diversifying the
telling
portfolio.
you.
The
I'm
problem
saying
is I'm
it's
out
my
of town
advice
for
to
the next
everyone,
4
man.
weekends. So
Okay,
it's like
great.
maybe I'll do
Get
that in
that
a different
travel
city.
dick.
Yeah.
Yes.
I always think I'm gonna fuck in another city, but it's like I'm sleeping on a couch. Like who am I gonna fuck here?
No, and then you're always FaceTiming me, and I'm like, you could be getting dick right now.
yeah, but then you're
Yeah.
FaceTiming me when you're not getting dick.
I know.
But y'all don't do like video dick? You don't have
Oh,
like,
I've done that in
Yeah.
relationships.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I've also had bad experiences with that too.
What?
I had good experience with video vag, but not video dick.
Oh, fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and that's all I have to say.
Yeah.
Video vag. What is that?
I'm
the
not
radio
gonna-
star.
I'll be
Radio
honest,
vag.
y'all. I woke up to a video, dick video.
Today?
Yeah, I was
Good
like,
morning.
yeah. Oh, I went to bed really early because like I'm detoxing off that Adderall, so like I'm just yeah.
Oh,
I'm
good.
just- I
Fun.
slept like 14 hours. I went to sleep super early, and like I think I got the dick video at midnight, but I didn't wake up till 5 a.m.
Okay.
And then I saw it at 5 a.m.
Good morning.
Yeah, and I was like, oh well, now I'm horny, and it's 5 a.m. And then I went back to sleep. But I was
This was welcome video dick that you.
Yeah.
That's an interaction.
Yeah.
yeah. No, this wasn't like
Kind of like starting the week off.
yeah.
When-
Or I guess if
think
you send it on Sunday
is-
night, it's
this
like
is
ending
LA
the week.
LA daddy dick.
LA Daddy.
Yeah.
Doing a little drop by. Okay.
Yeah, you know I'm not mad at it.
Yeah.
I'm not bad. I welcome it.
Well,
You know, send the dick videos.
okay.
It's
What do you
know,
prefer more, dick pics or dick vids?
vids.
Okay.
What about dick gifs?
Vids.
and
like
do you call
boomerangs.
them dick
Gifs,
gifs or
man.
gifs?
Jif, like this is peanut butter or some shit.
I actually call it gif too.
Okay. Jif was funny. Hey,
Dick- I know
Paul,
that it's funnier to say.
If
dick
you take a
gif.
picture of us, can you make sure you get it from like that angle? Thanks.
That's good.
Fizz is very aware.
You know, like it's just people like women. It's okay to know what we want, right? To have a preference. Can we have a preference?
We can have a preference.
We can have a
I heard
preference.
from other women. Yes.
It's okay. I don't know
was-
why I'm so lit. I'm always so lit sometimes. I get worked up and I'm just like, okay, I need to bring it down. Like, it just, I don't like to beat people up with my personality because I know it's, so I'm just like, you know, I'm like,
I think
ease 'em
we
in.
enjoy beating people up with our personality.
Oh, I wish I didn't get off on it, but I
if
do.
We
Yeah.
we go harder when they don't like it.
No, okay. I feel at first it's like so weird, but like I feel like I'm actually like kind of shy at first.
Yeah.
And people are like, oh, she's just like some quiet little weird girl, and then like the second I feel just like an ounce of comfort within your presence, I'm
You're
like,
done,
the
dude.
fucking
Wrap it
hinge
up.
is off. The like
She's
it's
screaming in your ear.
Yeah, I'm
You'll never
screaming
have
in your
hearing
ear.
again.
I'm making out with your dad. I'm making
Hell
jokes
yeah.
about
with
eating out your mom.
everybody.
I'm fucking showing my tits to my mom on FaceTime. It's like I don't even know
Hell
what's going
yeah.
on.
Yeah, I took her to a wedding and then like I took her
like
to a wedding
anarchy.
and like the
Love
whole
it.
first part she was quiet and then we got on the dance floor and everything was gone.
Yeah, like my virginity. Like it
Yeah.
was just really.
Well, that's been a while.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah,
Stupid
I
thing.
think my parents still think I'm a virgin, or they hope.
Yeah.
They hope.
That's sweet.
It is
Harper's
sweet.
parents definitely know she's not.
Oh, my
You
family's
seem very
too
open.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
not. Yeah, we're very closed.
I wish my family was. It's like I don't
Really?
need to know. My dad's like, "Fuck, I haven't gotten pussy in like 5 days." I'm like, "Dad,
Are is he?
are you
mom's
kidding?"
pussy.
I was like,
Are
"Well,
your
we don't know
parents
if he's
still
being
together?
faithful." But
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Oh,
I'm
gotcha,
half
gotcha.
kidding. No, but they
I mean, it's always rooted in reality. Truth.
if you're listening
you
to
know?
this, guys, my bad. No,
Your
but-
mom will. Hi, Harper's
Oh,
mom.
hey, Allison.
How are those
Ooh.
Instagram stories?
Does she
They
watch
are
your
together.
stories?
Yes, and then she gives me feedback, and she was like, "That angle wasn't good for you," and I'm like,
No,
"Okay,
really?
mom."
Harper and I have
Damn, no wonder you're
commiserated
in
on mommy
entertainment.
issues. We have
Yeah.
we have a lot of mommy
Oh,
issues.
we have mommy issues.
I mean, I swear to God, anyone with parents has mommy and daddy issues, or
But
doesn't have parents.
but I think
I
like
hear you.
our mommies are kind of
Similar?
similar in certain ways.
Very
Yeah.
critical.
V critical, like
Deep sigh.
just overpowering, like overpowering love.
Yeah.
That is like
Boundary breaking.
So, like,
boundary
do
shattering.
you think they
Yeah.
see you guys as an extension of them? So it's like
I don't see how
narcissistic
they
in a way?
possibly could think that I'm anything of them
No.
based on our personalities.
Well, I mean, just being your.
I
like,
know.
yeah. So there's like
Actually,
a
to
hard
an
to separate.
extent, I changed my answer. Yes,
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Well, for you especially, because your mom like tried to do comedy or something, right?
Yeah, she did do stand for a little bit.
Oh,
yeah, she was really
shit.
funny. Yeah, she was
oh
good.
shit.
Mm-hmm.
Well, holy shit. She's
I
probably
know.
really proud of you.
We're getting there. We're getting there.
There's a
probably is. It
competitive
might be hard
spirit.
to-
She dropped the P word for the first time this year,
Oh,
and I've been doing
wow.
it for over 3 now. So I was
Yeah.
like, okay, here we go.
Do you think there is some competitive stuff? Do you have a young mom? I feel like you might have a young mom.
No, I have an old mom, if I may.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. How old was she when she had you?
She was 36.
Oh wow. Okay, so she was mature.
Yeah.
It's funny because like we're
Well,
edging
mature
there.
in what way?
She was like a seasoned wine.
Well, you know, like it's like when a 22-year-old has a kid. It's just like you've been alive
It
for
makes you
22
grow up,
years.
yeah.
That's
But yeah.
wild. My mom had me when she was 30.
My mom
That's
had me when
cute.
she was 32, and she had
Look
my
at that.
brother when she was 28.
Oh wow. So our moms,
Okay.
like for the generation, kind of like did their thing.
Yeah,
waited.
Yeah.
it's like rebellious for that generation.
Yeah.
I think that like in Indian like circles, they always say like have your first kid before you're 30. They're like that's what the goal that they're trying to meet in my family.
And Southern white women say the same thing.
Interesting.
Yeah. Anyone who's like all into that sort of like big into family shit, like get married, have kids, blah blah blah.
Yeah, but they think
Early
like they think that it changes your the way they talk about it. They're like you have to have the first kid before 30 because you have to like it's important to your system or whatever. They don't look at like the 35 or like the
Well,
Oh, it's not based on when your eggs.
it is, but the
less-
way they talk about it, it makes it seem like as though like having the first kid before you're 30 will like make your body better. Like the way, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
The way they talk about it, the context in which they say that.
I mean, my mom always just said like you'll get tired as you get older, so just if you want kids, have them younger.
that's smart.
But
Yeah,
like
that's-
I'm already like tired, so like I think that's
I change my
come and
mind
gone.
so much if I want kids. Like most days, I'm like, you know what? I just don't think that's for me. Like I know my brother's gonna have them, and like I give off very strong fun aunt vibes
Yeah.
now.
Yo,
so just
I
imagine.
do too.
Yeah.
This is like I'm totally
then-
gonna be the fun aunt for my brother.
But then on certain days when the ovaries get a wee tingle in them,
Do you
I just
get
am
that?
like a little bit.
I never get the fucking tingle.
Occasionally, I live right across the street from a park, so like I'll just be going on a run, and then all of a sudden, like a kid like gives his mom a hug, and I'm like, do I want 4 of you? I don't know.
No, I want you to have 4 of them and let me hang out with them.
Okay,
That's what I want.
That's what I want too. I also know that I probably don't have this tingle because like every time in public I see like I'll see a dog and I'll be like, oh, I lose my shit, and then I like look up and there's a baby right next to it that I didn't notice at all.
That's
Like,
so
Yeah.
funny.
and I'm like, oh shit, am I a bad person?
No, I mean you just get excited by dogs.
Yeah,
I
I love
love-
dogs.
Like I think I like kids to like a degree. I think kids like when they're they're like people. Like some people you feel more than others.
Yeah, for sure.
And like some kids you feel more than others, but like kids require a lot of attention and focus,
Yeah.
and no one's gonna do it perfectly, so the kid's gonna probably need therapy in this fucking society.
yeah,
So it's like I don't know, maybe I could be a great stepmom if a kid's already born. Maybe I'll adopt when I'm older and feel like
Yeah.
I can give that focus to a kid.
yeah.
I don't know.
I think that's a good plan.
I don't know. I have no idea.
I
don't
love
pre-
that about this generation, though. It's like we're not under any like strict, I feel like, pressure, at least from like, you know, it's like society. I feel like it's
From
just kind of like,
logistics.
yeah, like do your dream first and then deal with that.
And then also, it's like, what kind of carbon footprint do we want to leave? Like, if you have kids, it's just like,
Yeah. But also,
that's what.
carbon footprints are like, you could have like a certain number of kids in like the city versus like not having any on like a farm, and you could have like a less of an imprint because you live in a city.
Yeah.
So it's like, it depends on like the rest of your lifestyle too.
Yeah. I just thought that was interesting. I mean, like, I don't feel motivated to have kids. Not at the moment. I don't know. You know, that could change.
Come on, Fizza. Come on, do it, Fizz.
I can't even have a dog right now, and I love
Come
dogs.
on, just think about it. Just pop one out. Comedy pop out.
Oh my God. Oh my God, that's good.
Someone was just like, why don't you, like, they were like, oh, kids made me feel like I have a purpose. And it's like, well, that's sad. And also, it's like, that's not my
is it
purpose.
sad? It's like, I feel like that's just their thing, you know? Like, everyone has their thing, and like, if kids is like what really like fills you up with joy, then
Yeah.
that's so dope
But-
that that's your thing. And
But
like,
the person
don't
who
put
said
shit
that
on
to me,
but
the person who said that to me is not a very joyful person.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
like if you do it,
Mom, no, I'm just kidding.
Oh, and the plot thickens. Okay.
if you do
Nah,
it,
love
if you
you.
do it for like
Real
to
talk,
find
though,
a
love you.
purpose without knowing that that's your purpose, I think that's what.
okay.
You know what I mean? Like if you're like, I need something, maybe I'll have kids. That's like sad and
Oh,
scary.
like when you like have a kid to like save a relationship,
Yeah.
and it's like, oh well,
Or
I
to
can
save
smell the
yourself.
divorce. Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, it's just, I mean, you never, like, I think parents most of them never regret the kid, because once you meet the kid, it's, you know, they're in your life. But, like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never gotten an abortion, but, like,
Me either.
I would have if I got pregnant.
Me either. I was like, I'm trying to raise the tension.
I would have.
It's
If I
like-
got pregnant, like, I would have gotten an abortion for sure.
I was just talking about this the other day. It's so interesting. So like, I always thought the same thing, and I actually had a pregnancy scare. It turned out like, you know, it was like it wasn't that, but like I thought I was pregnant, and then like for like that like, you know, day period, like 24-hour period that I thought I was like was so shocked, because I've always been like team abortion, like I'm getting one, I can't wait,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? But okay, not like that, but like I
Yeah,
was
no,
like
I feel you.
so positive I would get one, and then for those 24 hours that I thought I was with child, I was like, oh, there's no way, and fuck, I can do it. Like I don't know, it,
Oh,
it
really?
was so interesting. I was
And
like,
that's cool too. Like, also, this is when I was talking about that, I was speaking more of like, you know, like a while back. Now, you know, it's like, okay, this might be my last chance to biologically go there. So I would consider having it a lot more now than I would have in the past.
Oh, for sure.
But like, you know, I just, even now, like I said, I'm not motivated. I don't particularly want them, and that it's just like, it would just completely make my life something else.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah, I don't know.
But like my grandparents' generation, they have a shit ton of kids, like 6 to 12 siblings each.
Wow.
And I think like Pallavi's mom's generation has like, they have a ton of siblings.
My mom's one of 9 plus 2 step plus like I think they adopted some or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then so like I mean, both my parents like had siblings pass away in childhood too, so those families were bigger. And I think that's another reason why people had bigger families
Yeah.
there, is because kids died. So it's just, you know, it's a numbers game.
Yeah.
You get to keep most of them, but you just, you know, like,
Then,
Yeah.
like, India had like a whole like on bumper stickers that they had where it was like only 2 for 2, like 2 kids per 2 parents or whatever, because they were trying to like reduce the population and like deal
Oh,
with that.
wow.
And so they had this like whole like campaign, I guess you could call it, to like try to get people to have fewer kids. And then now it's like 1 for 2, like try to only have 1 kid. So like everybody in my my generation, except for one of my cousins who has 3 kids, like everybody else has 2.
Interesting.
Yeah. So it's like, yeah, everybody has 2.
yeah, I mean, I think like even here, everyone has 1 now. Most people don't.
A lot of my friends who
Have
went
more.
to my undergrad are only children, and it makes a lot of sense because it's like, oh, they poured, like my undergrad was a hard school to get into, so they like poured all of their like love and attention and money into the 1 kid, hoping that'll get them successful rather than having 2 and like splitting
Yeah.
the investment, I guess.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, that is
makes sense.
true. Is like, so I am one of 3, and like life does change and I'm the eldest of 3, so life did change when other siblings came along. Like,
And she'll never forgive them.
well, it's like, it's such a, like, I love my siblings, but like as a child, when you feel like you're losing attention from a parent, and even beyond that, there's an expectation to be a caretaker for all these siblings that, like, I didn't have. It's just like it did something to me. It was interesting to sort of think back of like, maybe that sort of led me to want to like perform and shit, was like I didn't get enough attention in that way. I don't know, who the fuck knows, but
Yeah,
and
You're the oldest, right?
I am.
of
yeah.
how many?
It's
Two.
just my brother and I.
Did you feel that way, or?
My mom said the first thing I said when she brought my brother home from the hospital is, "Can we just put him outside?" So yeah, I think I did. But like,
What's the age difference?
it's 3 years,
Oh,
and
okay.
like we're like really close. We could not be more different. Like,
Yeah.
like I think if I met him just like on the street, like, and he wasn't my brother, we would not be friends.
Yeah.
Or like each other at all. But like, because like like we have like that biological bond. Like we just he's one of my close friends. Like love him to death. But like I definitely like growing up, it was really hard to
Yeah.
like and. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I love attention. And then it was hard, man. I was like, wait, where's all the rest of mine?
I mean,
I'm
we're
having a
all live
deficiency.
performers. We all love attention.
Yeah.
Like,
I was
at
like,
some
Mama's running
level.
low. You got to give her some more, honey. Like,
And
what's going on?
he's very like protective of you, which I think is sweet.
Oh my God, yeah, he is.
He
she
will
saw,
like
she saw it in
destroy a
action.
human for her.
So Pallavi was the baby, so you got the attention. So you're the
Yes.
one who.
So why am I like this?
Because
huh?
you got it and you liked it. You're like,
I
oh,
was
I
like,
can have more.
this is a cup that will never filleth up.
I'm sure you've had plenty of trauma to explain.
Oh yeah, there's that also.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes,
How
yes,
broken
a
are
lot
ya?
of that. Yes, much of that. That my brother, I think, has avoided some of that.
I feel like I shielded my brother because I feel like growing up, like there was like some tumultuous times, and like I felt like I wanted to like shield him from it, and so like I would like often like make scenes or something, or like just try and like
Distract.
Yeah, just like divert the trauma, I guess, from like reaching him.
Yeah.
And then like there's oftentimes like when we're talking about the childhood, I was like, yeah, it was fucked up, and he's like, it wasn't too bad though, Harp, and I was like, that's because of me.
Yeah. I think like my brother and I experienced like shared stuff, but then also once he was 4 years older than me, but he was like, and like went off to college, and I think like high school years were really hard. They were like extra. I don't know. I just remember them being like extra hard, and it might have been because he left and he was shielding me, and I didn't know. But I also think like. Yeah, it might have just been intensified. So I feel like he missed some of that. So I'm like, it was really bad. And he was like, I don't know.
You're like, I was gone.
Also, as we get older, it's like we don't want that razor focus of our parents, especially as teenagers. So like, I started getting more attention than I wanted when I was older. Like when I
Yeah.
started like wanted
You're
to
like, leave me alone.
would get in trouble, and then they would pay more attention. I don't know. I left. So I don't know that I shielded my siblings very much because it was just sort of so chaotic. And then I was the oldest, so I left, and they were still pretty much kids
Yeah,
when I left the
interesting.
house. I'm 3.5 years older than my sister and 6 years older than my brother.
Okay.
So he was in middle school, and she was like a freshman in high school.
Yeah.
And I was out. I was
Yeah.
like survival of the fittest or something,
Yeah.
In my later years, like in high school, that's like when I kind of just started shutting down. Like middle
Yeah.
school and in elementary school, like I was like inseparable with my brother, and like I like just wanted to like I was almost like kind of like unhealthy because I started like feeling like I had to give him like mother vibes, you know.
Yeah.
But then like once I was like probably like a junior in high school, that's like when I just kind of like checked out, and I was like, you know what?
I'm almost out of
Yeah,
here,
I was like, I got to start numbing myself because this woman's gonna goddamn kill me. So
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, no, so I had to get out of there.
I also think the dynamic was different for me because he was a boy and he was older.
Yes.
So like he got a lot of leeway. Like my parents like let him do stuff. They also like, I don't know. Like this is so stupid, but my dad like there's a golf course near our house because we're in the suburbs. And like I always wanted to go golfing with my dad. I always wanted to be a boy, like tomboy, because it was like they always got. I think Zara's talked about this before. They always got to do what they wanted. So I was like, I want that.
Yeah.
So and then I remember like he like secretly like they would lie to me and he would like take my brother and like shit like that. And I'd find out later and I'd be like super upset that I was excluded for being a girl. And like the same thing would happen with my
and
cousins.
also that develops trust issues too.
Yeah.
Like, for the line, yeah.
And the same thing would happen with like my cousins, like they would all like the male cousins, and I was younger and a girl.
I
and they
just
would all
can't believe
hang
you
out with
wanted to
each
play
other.
golf.
Yeah, I did. I
That's
wanted
hard
to
to
do.
digest.
the worst.
I wanted to do shit with
Worst
my.
thing ever.
Let me get out there,
But
damn.
that's
No.
really
Let me
sucks.
tell you how I was punished for playing cricket. Oh my goodness, we were playing cricket in India, and I like wanted to play with my cousins. I wanted to do it. They were all boys again, the younger group that I hung out with, and then like the cricket ball is super fucking hard, and one of them like hit it, and it went right into my stomach, and I like fell backwards off of this like thing I was sitting on,
Oh no.
and it was really, and I was like, and all these dudes, all these like teen dudes were like, you know what? Nobody asked you to get hit, and I was just like, "Fuck you guys!"
Well,
like,
I
so
don't
was-
like that story
I
at all.
think I know. Like I was constantly like seeking male approval because I didn't get it and wasn't included.
That makes
And
sense.
that made me like misogynist in like college, and then afterwards I'd always be like, I don't like doing girly shit, like I don't like whatever. And then afterwards I was like, oh, it's Stockholm syndrome. That's what it
Yeah.
was. I hate being in the boys club. They're not great.
Yeah.
Like, and then after that I was like apologizing to my female friends. I was like, sorry, I was a dick. Like. I
Yeah,
like, got
I mean,
out of it.
That's
Yeah.
like it's conditioning though. There's
Yeah.
so we're women in this society. This is a misogynistic society, so women are misogynists. We're raised to be that way. We have to we have to detox or like deprogram ourselves.
You're
from that
right.
shit.
Women are the enemies. You're
Let's-
right.
Women are the shit, man. I
kidding.
love women. I love women,
I love women
so much.
Yeah.
It's not even funny.
Just like go to any event and see how fucking hard the women are working compared to the men. Like,
Yeah.
It's just like
Truly,
so much
though.
labor emotionally and physically and like task wise and
You want to talk about wage gap a little bit?
I was arguing with somebody about the pink tax. He's like, why don't you just buy a dude's razor? And I'm like, you don't understand marketing at all.
Yeah, it's just like, well, it's so crazy because it's like our expenses are more, and then like what? It's like the average Jane gets paid 80% of what or 79, not even 80, 79%. That's the average person. I think like black women it's 60 something, Hispanic women it's 50 something.
Yeah.
I saw like a woman selling flowers on the side of the road, and I didn't even want flowers because cutting flowers makes me depressed because like you're killing them. But I gave them some cash because I was like, well, you know, I fucking feel your struggle,
Yeah.
Yeah.
sis. Like holy fuck,
Yeah.
50 something.
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
It's so depressing.
And like I was arguing with this guy. I was like, I'm pissed that we have to pay for tampons, and he's like, everybody has to pay to take care of themselves. And I'm like,
Oh
you
my
dumb
God. I
bitch,
just wanna,
you
like,
would
throw a
not
tampon at
be
him.
here with like if women did not have to suffer to make you be here.
Exactly.
Like fuck off. Like why do we have to pay more for all of our health care and not be heard in that?
And then we
position?
can't even get the health care we want because women are the most likely to not be believed by their doctors, which is why I didn't even get diagnosed with epilepsy when I was supposed to because they thought like, oh, you're just being dramatic or, oh, it's probably something with your heart. And I'm like, it's my fucking brain.
Shit.
Yeah.
It's stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, don't you guys just feel exhausted from being so disenfranchised for like all of our life?
Yeah.
I
But
mean,
also, like, it's exhausting, but yet also I feel like I'm constantly in a state of being like charged because I'm just like so like
Yeah.
frustrated, and I'm like
When you find that anger,
yeah when you
and
really
utilize it.
tap in, you know,
Yeah.
it's hard to untap. But
yeah.
yeah,
But I'm like, I would never want to be like, yeah, they're happier, make more money or whatever. Like, but I would never want to be like a white dude. Like, I would just be like so unaware. I'd rather be unaware or aware and miserable than unaware. I'd always pick that.
You don't want the bliss,
No,
the
because
bliss
it's
of
false.
ignorance.
no.
It's yeah.
I want the harsh truth.
Yeah. I mean, but if you didn't know any better, that's the thing. It's
Yeah, but
just
then you'd
like
be
you're
part of the
speaking from-
problem.
Yeah, you're speaking from this perspective, so of course you wouldn't want like
Yeah.
you know better. But if you didn't know better,
Then I wouldn't know better.
yeah.
Da-da-da.
And that's been the pocket. No, I'm just kidding. It's
um,
heavy.
yeah, that is. What else do you want to talk about, Harper? Do you have anything that's bothering you right now about anything?
Lisa Frank, I'm sorry, I just noticed your shirt. Oh, I'm freaking
Yes,
out. She's a Lisa Frank shirt.
Yes, this
Yes.
is my spiral shirt.
You know, wait,
I-
were you the one? You know Lisa Frank. Who didn't know who Lisa
I think Zara didn't know, or somebody else.
Yeah,
She's
it was
iconic.
a guest. It was
Lisa
a
Frank's
guest. Zara
amazing.
knows Lisa Frank.
Okay.
It was a guest. I don't remember. Anyway,
There was a
fucking love
Lisa
her.
Frank hotel in downtown
The fuck? Why are we
Stop
staying
it.
at it?
because I got booked up by a bunch of fucked up teens.
Is it gone?
That's
yeah,
ours.
it was only for
Like a pop up?
Yeah, it was a pop up thing, and it looked like you were on drugs.
What do
like,
you
it
mean
was like
teens? These teens these days don't know
I know
about
they don't
Lisa
even know.
Frank,
That's
man.
our shit. But they took her from us.
Yeah. I'm just like remembering how much older I am than you. And
I
I'm
know.
like,
I was like,
talking about
I literally was waiting for Fizza to do the math. I was like, I'm gonna just sit here and let this
Oh my
play out.
God. And then
I
I
could be my
feel
daughter if I got my period 10 years earlier.
And made some.
oh my there was this our friend's dad that was like that once like the joke went a little too far, which I can assure you happened very quickly on the night.
A lot of things
What
happened.
just it went way too far,
too
and
far.
then we couldn't backtrack, so we
Nope.
just had to lean and be like, okay, if I fuck you, I fuck you. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, and so
Damn.
okay. But at one point we're sitting there, and then he like turns to me and he's like, God, and we're,
Oh my God! I just remembered.
I know,
I was
know.
so drunk.
And so
Oh
let me.
my
Okay,
God, hold me.
So then, Bryce's dad. We were talking. Paul and I were gassing up his dad, and we were like, "God, you just did such a good job with his son, or with your son, blah blah blah. He's a great person." And then he looks at me and he's like, "Harper, just think, like, 20 years ago we could have made another Bryce." And I go, "Well, I was 6, so we couldn't have done that. Couldn't have done that." Legally or biology, we could not have
It was
made that work.
It was a very real moment.
And then I think we all did a shot after that because it was just like kind of like tense and
too
painful.
much,
And you would think, oh well, surely you guys stopped
wanna-
saying you wanted to fuck him after
No.
that. No,
More
it
Insta
got
stories.
yeah, laid on a couch with him.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, you did do that.
I don't know why I had to tell all of this again,
I mean,
but
it's out. It's
it's
out.
just it's so fresh. How could I not?
Yeah, you gotta.
The fun thing about
could I
Harper is that
process
this type of thing is tame for what happens when she goes out.
Fuck you.
Like literally 2 days ago, she was talking about an adventure she had in a bathroom. There was a lot of bathroom adventures.
Oh.
Do you remember? She's just remembering.
Yeah.
But but it's
What are the
fun.
bathroom
I don't think I want to
adventures?
say, but my
no, we're gonna
it's a fun
silence
group
that. We'll
chat.
tell you. We'll tell you after.
Fair enough.
yeah. But yeah. So tune in to this is why you need to follow her Instagram stories. And she always gets in like lifts that always fuck with her.
Oh my God, I was almost kidnapped in a fucking lift going to Audrey's the other day.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it was so scary. And like,
What?
so I was coming from like mid city and I was like going like over the hill, and he was normal the whole ride. He was probably like 40 or something, just like a chill dude. And we weren't really talking that much, but he was kind. And then all of a sudden he like just pulls over, and we're about 10 minutes away from where I'm
Yeah.
going. Just pulls over, and I like look up from my phone and I'm like, oh, like what's going on? And he turns around, puts his hand on the seat, and he like looks at me, and all of a sudden my heart just sank. I'm like, oh shit. And I'm like, and I started looking at my purse, and like my taser's not in this purse, and I'm like, great. And he's like, do you have a boyfriend? And I go, you need to not do this right now. I'm like, I don't know what's going on, but I don't like this. And then he was like, where am I taking you? And then I was like, I flipped out, just started crying. It's like I went into like panic mode. I was like, leave me the fuck alone. Don't fucking talk to me. You're disgusting. And then he was like, I'm just asking. And I just get out of the car, and I just like have my stuff, and I'm like kind of like running, walking or whatever. And he's just driving like next to me.
No.
And I'm like, oh my God, a bitch is about to get chopped up. I'm going to get fucking chopped the
Maybe
fuck
he
up.
just wanted to make sure you gave him a good rating.
I
that
kn-
shit matters. You
No,
know?
he was like it's
Stop
just,
being fucking scary to women.
It's like,
dude.
I
do you
can't
not
explain.
understand?
it's like, because I've had like Lyft drivers be like, so am I
it
taking you to
sucks.
your boyfriend's house? And I'm just like, no, you're taking me to my dad's. Like, fuck you. Like, you know what I mean? But it's like,
Even my
this
dad
was just like
he loves
sinister.
guns.
Yeah. It's like like ugh. But like there was just something like he had like shark eyes, like they were just like dark, and like it was just
You knew that it wasn't safe. And
you
got
know
the
like
fuck out.
it's that woman's
Instinct.
intuition. It's
Yeah.
like there was a
it.
feeling, and it's like if I don't get out of this car right now, like I'm not gonna be okay. And then I ended up like walking up to like Audrey. I was meeting up with like Audrey and Tommy, and I ended up calling my mom, and I'm just like crying to her, and she's like, oh my God, like call the police. And I'm like, I don't know what to do. And I walk up, and then Audrey and Tommy are like, hey, and I'm just like
Yeah.
crying, and they're like, oh no, and then just like held me in a parking lot, and I'm like, what a time to be alive.
Yeah. Wow. I'm glad you made it.
So use my promo code for lifts, okay? So
This was Uber or Lyft?
yeah, this was Lyft.
Really?
Yeah.
Lyft, usually they filter
They
them a
took
little-
care. They took care of it, and I
Yeah.
will say that like I had one experience before where they were not on my side, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Are you fucking kidding?" But you know, a carless bitch had no choice to keep using them. So
Yeah.
but they handled it, and they were very helpful.
Is he still driving?
No,
Or
no.
Good.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Fucking
Sorry to get
Christ.
dark at the end, but
I don't know if I told you, like, I let this older gentleman, maybe like 60s, 70s, like, buy me some shit at 7-Eleven because he offered. And then, like, you know, of course you're not going to get away scot-free. So then he started, like, kind of hitting on me. But I had the pigtails, so I just, like, was like, oh, where do you stay? I was like, oh, with my parents. And then, you know, like, he backed up a little. I guess that wasn't his style, like being a pedophile or whatever. So
Good for you,
It's
though.
a real
Yeah.
risk
With
though.
mommy and daddy.
And then he's like more interested in your
Yeah.
He's like, oh, do you want some candy?
yeah, I mean, like, he caught me right when I was in my car, so I just cracked the window. I could have pulled off, but I was just like curious to see what would happen.
Yeah.
That's crazy, dude.
He's like, "You take care now. Be safe, young
Bye.
lady."
Oh my God.
He bought a shitload of snacks, and he's like, "Oh, you want me to get this?" And I went and I grabbed like 5 more things.
I always like fall asleep in the cars. I should not do that.
No.
Yeah.
No.
But you don't here? You don't drive here though.
Yeah, I fall asleep.
Yeah, she's saying she falls asleep in the lifts.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
No, I never
Oh.
sit in the front seat.
I always
Because
sit in the front seat.
my first thing, he put his hand on my leg and stopped the car in the middle of the street. It was at night, stopped the car, and then like got like super weird with me. And then it was like, but I was like 20 or like no, I must have been a little older. I was probably like 22 or something.
Yeah.
And I was like, you better just drive me the rest of the way. And I still like stayed in the car and made him drive me. And I was like, fuck you for being a creep. Now go. And then he was like, okay. And this is not the way that I thought this was gonna go.
But I always take pools usually.
Okay, I don't do pools and I don't do the front seat.
I always do the front seat because I get car sick.
I-
I'm like really taking risks out here, and nothing's happening to me.
Like, I fall asleep.
All
I don't wear my
happening to you.
seatbelt.
I do
give them
fall
my social-
asleep sometimes if I'm like going or coming from the airport.
Yeah.
Like usually I'll like doze off a little.
Yeah.
But
I get this is so dark, but I'm gonna go for it because you're here.
Okay.
I'm always like afraid that if I sit in the front seat and I fall asleep, the Uber pool people will like do something like slit my throat or something. Like I'm so scared like some
no,
crazy
of course,
shit will happen.
Of course.
what do you mean? Of course.
No, that's a very logical thought. When I used to have a car, my biggest
Yeah.
fear, also because my mom is crazy and she put this thought in my head, she was like, your Achilles tendon is a very important artery, and people hide under cars and they slit you, and then they
My
take your
mom would
keys.
always send me shit
And
like
so
that too.
Before I would go up I would not park in parking garages, and if I did, I would like walk up like I would circle the car, like look underneath, get inside. My first thing is I would always check the back seats.
I always did
like,
that shit too. I did all of that.
God damn.
I did all of.
I
Our
know.
moms are very similar. My mom just sends me like scary stories like via email, like randomly,
Oh my-
or
yeah,
like text
same, my
on
mom.
WhatsApp or something. She'll just send me all these horror. One time she was like, she linked somebody getting like kicked in the head by a horse to me not looking both sides when crossing the street, and I was just like,
It
how
adds
did
up.
you
Head
how
trauma.
Did you
Okay, just kidding.
Yeah.
make that reach?
That's wild.
Yeah,
My mom recently texted me, "My bad." That was so cute.
that's cute.
It's so cute.
My
That's
mom,
really
my
cute.
mom always texts K when I like say this whole long thing, and I'm like, "Wow, bitch is cold," but I don't think she understands the context of it.
Oh my god.
So she'll just be like, "K," and I'm like,
My
"Damn."
mom's too savvy. She'll like emoji me in a bitchy way, and she'll be like, "Hey, little girl, hope you're not sleeping until noon." And I'm like, "Mom, I don't even do that." And she was like, "Well, that's why I said I hope you're not doing it." And I'm like, "What are you? Why are you doing
Sass.
this? What are you
Weird.
doing this?"
It's weird power play.
Yeah.
My mom ended up hitting me up because when I did the
Definitely thought she was gonna
I
say
know. I
hitting
thought
me.
I
We
was
both
like,
thought you
okay.
were
I was
gonna
like,
say hitting
we all
me.
got a story like that, Fizz. Let's
Yeah,
go.
let's do it.
because she saw that like I did the ethnically ambiguous podcast and I talked about that abusive, emotionally abusive relationship, and I guess they tagged me on Facebook. My mom saw it, and like 3 days later, she's like, "I've been sad since I saw this. Please tell me about this. I'm your mom," and like it's just. Like, okay, it's like the reason I fell into that is because of my childhood trauma, but like, I'm not going to say that to her, So I was just like, "No, Mom, it's fine." It was, basically just brush it off like it's fine.
Trying to protect them.
Trying to protect her, which it is. Like, I've been in therapy for fucking ever. So it's
Yeah.
like, I'm good. But like, yeah, I was just like, because for me, it's really important just to be honest publicly and not censor myself. But then it's just like, parents are all like up on the internet now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my dad's all over stuff.
What do they say about like your sex jokes? My parents just don't bring them up.
I think I've said this before on the podcast, but like they'll be like quiet and like simmer and like tolerate it for a while, and then I'll just like randomly get a message from my mom that's like, "Why does the whole world need to know you're masturbating?" And I'm like, "All right."
my
I'm like, "I
God.
love you too, Mom." And she was like,
Oh my God.
she was like, "I know you're being sarcastic. I love you too." Like,
Oh,
but she's like
I love
still
that.
mad.
Is that your mom's
Yeah.
accent?
I don't think it's right, but I just that's like my voice for my mom because I can't hear my parents, and also like my parents also have like, especially my dad has like some Midwestern hints to his accents because they moved to Texas, so he
Love
like
it.
he says folks like more than Obama does. He's like, he'd be like, folks, I don't, like it's
That's
just
so
weird.
cute.
So he has like these like Texans like things
Yeah.
that it's like hard for me to put it all together.
Yeah. My this is a different topic, but I just remembered how like I was at an audition and I swear to God, Pallavi was on the sign-in sheet.
Oh yeah,
she
I
showed
texted
it to
that. And I
me.
was like,
She
what did
showed
his
it to
last
me.
name look like? It was a different Pallavi. It was a Pallavi whose last name started with a G-U-R-R, and mine starts with G-U-N, and it looked so
But it
similar.
looked like N when she's, because she,
And
look,
I
you
was
know, when you
like-
scribble R and R, like it can look like two
Yeah.
lowercase N's.
And I was like, I don't remember auditioning for this. When was this? And she was like, now. And I was like, I'm in bed. Like, which I was in bed in the middle of
I
the
was
day.
so
but-
confused
my
the
mom would
entire
hate
time
that.
because I saw you, or I thought I saw you on the sheet, and I was looking around and like you were not there.
Yeah.
And where you were on the sheet, like you should have been there. So
That's funny.
That's
I was,
wild.
I was
Yeah,
like,
I
know
was
if
like
you came
texting that. I
in,
was like,
did
is someone
early.
impersonating me? I was like losing my mind.
You were freaking out. You're like, fucking great.
Yeah.
I was just like, let's
I'm
calm
fine.
down. Let's calm down.
Because it's like, it's weird. Like, people on the internet do weird shit. So I was just like, what is happening?
Like that's scary.
I was
Yeah.
like, it's more likely it's someone else.
yeah, but it looks so, they look
I know
so
it
much
did
like
look
my
a lot. I
name.
mean, I swore it was her until like I was like I took a picture and then zoomed in and I'm
And
like,
also,
oh, this could be
there's
something
no
else.
other Pallavi Ganalans. Like, Ganalan is like the last name of like one or two other families that I know of in the world. Maybe more now. I don't know.
Yeah.
But like, I was just like, like, it's weird. Like, it
Yeah.
would be super fucking creepy. Like, I would think it would be somebody impersonating me before there's like another Pallavi Ganalan in LA.
That's
But then like they
wild.
had the agency written down. So
Yeah.
I like
So
I
then
told you
stalked
Googled
him from
it.
that. Yeah. But okay, I think we got to wrap up soon.
Oh, is Paul throwing up the
Yeah, yeah.
sign? How many minutes are we at?
Yeah.
Okay. All
So,
right.
That's a cute amount.
It's
Harper,
cute. It's hella
where can we
cute.
find you?
Oh.
Oh wait, no, should we ask those questions really quick?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, Harper.
Harper.
Who is your
I'm scared.
favorite?
Harper Rose.
Harper Rose.
That's me.
Harper Rose Drummond.
Who is your favorite South Asian celebrity?
Like brown, basically. Like
I got that.
okay.
Um.
Sometimes you have to
Harper,
clarify.
we're brown.
Oh my God! This whole time I thought you were just a brunette white girl. I did
Oh
not
my
get
God,
that.
is that why you didn't
oh
feel
my
competitive
God.
at all?
No. You're sick. Oh my God. Honestly, right now, probably just because I was just like watching his special, probably Russell Peters.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Aw, we love him, Uncle Russell.
Uncle Russell.
He's sweet. He's very supportive. Okay. And then what dumb, I don't think you'll have any questions because we always talk, but like what dumb question do you have where like you've wondered if it's like a stereotype or whatever, this is a safe space, about our culture or our people?
It's not a safe space.
It's not.
I will be judged for this.
Yeah.
By Pallavi.
I feel like I already know this
I
answer,
feel
but I
judged
feel
by
like
Fizza for that.
wow.
No,
okay.
that's true
Wow.
though. Okay, that's good. I like being called out. That's true. That was like a very meta
We're gonna keep it
judgment.
radically honest and nerve-wracking. Okay, no. Okay, so
Rigorous
when-
honesty.
here it is.
Here, say it,
All
say
right.
it, say it.
Okay. After an Indian woman gets married, do you do you always have to wear the red dot right here, or is it
bindi?
just?
So initially it was for
That's for Hindu culture, right? I don't think
Yeah.
it's Muslim culture.
so
Okay.
it's like when they get married, and then I think like widows also wear it or something. I always flip it, but now like everybody wears it just because it's pretty. It's like an adornment. So like
Oh,
we all
okay.
wear it for like whatever events, like in Indian culture. Like we'll go to weddings, we'll wear it. My mom handed them out to like all the white ladies at my dad's convention, and multiple nights in a row, like had nothing to do with the events. She was like, "Wear this bindi," and they were like, "Okay."
Oh my god! I wish you brought some home for me.
I did. I brought a bunch.
You
My
did?
mom gave me a whole stack. Yeah, we
Yes!
got
I
stacked
love-
up.
They're so cute.
Yeah.
They're really cute.
Accessorize.
Hell yeah. But yeah, so like it was originally like the tikka, the powder, the red powder the man used to put on the woman during the ceremony.
Oh, okay.
And then it would indicate that they were married or had been married. And it would separate them from the single women. But now everybody fucking wears it.
Hard to tell then.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yes. Well, that was a great questions and
Yeah.
answers.
Okay.
was
Where
fun.
can we find you?
Okay, it's my Twitter and Instagram are just at Harper Rose D, and all my shows are on my website.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And if I'm not out and about, I'm probably crying in my studio apartment.
Oh shit. Oh, smooch. Pallavi, where can we find you?
Pallavi Ganalan, PALLAVIGUNALAN. That's my Instagram, my Twitter, my website, my Facebook.
It's all your shit.
It's all my shit.
And I'm at Fizza Dasani, FIZAADOSANI, and then thatname.com, and all my shit is there.
And
I
then
love
Zara, who's not here, she's at really Zara, ZAHRA. And we are Facial Recognition Comedy, facialrecognitioncomedy.com, Facial Recognition Comedy on Instagram and Facebook, and Facial Rec Comedy on Twitter. Our next show is November 10th.
Sunday, 9 p.m. at Westside Comedy Theater in Santa Monica. Tickets are available now, and it's super fun.
Did we confirm our December date? Is that confirmed yet or no?
Oh, my bad. Okay, so I'm sorry, November 10th at 10 p.m.
Oh, 10 p.m.
At
Yes.
10 p.m. In November, we're doing it an hour later than usual.
Which you guys show up late anyway, so it's fine.
Yeah.
So, and then
Let's not encourage that.
Yeah. Is our December date confirmed or no?
Yeah, it's the second Sunday of the month.
No,
And
I mean for
New York.
yeah, because I think we might be there December 20th. We're not sure yet.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much confirmed. So I'd say it's confirmed. Right, pencil it.
Yeah,
Or
don't pen it.
erasable
Pencil
ink.
it.
Erasable
Something.
ink.
Magic marker. No, that's not right.
But yeah, it's pretty much confirmed.
January 24th, we're doing 2 shows at Sketchfest. 8 p.m., 10:30 p.m. We get 2 shows this time because we sold out the last 2 years with lines winning around.
Yeah,
That's
man.
beautiful.
So we
So
don't
this
want
time-
we want to accommodate everyone. We want all of our fans to get some of this, you know.
The lineups will be different. We're going to have 3 other people on the first show and a different host, and 3 other people on the second show and a different host.
Hell
It'll be
yeah.
great.
And then one of our hosts could be just one Big Sky, right?
I don't remember, but okay. I don't know.
Anyway,
he
yeah.
did. We're getting confirmation from Paul.
Yeah, so
Fuck yeah, so it's going to be dope.
Yeah, and I mean, shit, like 2 different lineups, 2 different hosts. Some of y'all might want to stay for both shows. I don't know. But maybe give other people a chance. I don't know. Do what makes you happy.
Yep.
I'm Fizz Asani.
Paul Viganolin.
Harper Rose Drummond.
Do you have any last words for us?
I love y'all.
Aw,
Aw,
we love you too.
love you too, man.
Thanks for having me on, guys.
Yay.
This is
Thanks for
cool.
doing it.